relationship with guys, and I am truly a believer. Is I'm going to let you be the king, and I'm going to be the queen.
Okay.
Okay. So, what is it going to take for you all to commit? No problem with that.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
it's
When you say commit, you're saying to you, okay?
no.
The next woman is saying to her. That means that the relationship that you're in, it's not it. So if you're with someone that, you feel like, okay, it's going okay, you say you've been in several relationships, that means that that relationship or that person is not it for you. You might have to go through, and maybe our minds, based upon where we was raised, we feel like maybe we meet someone, we want that to work so bad that might not be the man for you. So the question is how many people are you willing to go through before you find the person that's compatible with you? Because you can meet someone that we can be vibing, everything is good, but there's just a few things that is just not, it's not working. So I would say, how many people are you willing to court? Because that's an old word they used to do. We used to court each other years ago. I was probably too young, but I heard my parents say that. You used to court someone. But we don't do that anymore. We get into a relationship. This is my girl. This is my boo, whatever. And we date them for so long, and it becomes, like we said, habitual. Where we're not leaving now. We're just like, okay, I need a girl, I need companionship. Or she says, I need a man. So they just stay together. And it's toxic. So that might not be the man for you. So what will it take? It takes for you to find the right person that's compatible with you, that's God-fearing, and that has the same values as you have. You might have to go through 20. You might have to go through 20. And it's not wrong. Because what I get upset about with my counterparts is saying, men is saying that, well, if she goes out with 10 different guys, well, she gets labeled. She shouldn't get labeled. She's got to find the right man for her. But it's okay for me to date 5 or 6 women, and every party I go to, I'm with a different woman. They throw me the high five, dog, what's going down? But you look different, and I think that's a bad standard for women. So that's just my opinion. So that was a good question, on. Very good question. Thank you.
All right. I have something else to say. Why do we have to have sex just because she might get with 10 different men? I think the problem that we're doing is that you don't have to sleep with everybody. Me personally, when I got married, I was a virgin. And I want everybody to know I'm proud of that.
Exactly.
I'm very proud of
That's
that.
what's up.
Okay? And if I meet a man, I'm not going to have sex. Let me tell you something. I believe in my heart that I'm the okay. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
And I think women should feel like that about themselves. And I'm not going to lay down with every single man. I'm just straight up.
That's what's up.
And I think that's where we make our mistake. We're thinking that we can get somebody from having sex. That's not going to keep. First of all, just because a woman has your baby, that's not going to keep them. Just because the loving is good, that's not going to keep them. So what is?
What is?
What is? What can we do? What is?
That is a tricky question, but unfortunately, I mean, it's like you just got to try. If it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world.
All right, y'all, we have another question. Your name is? Okay, Denitra, what do you have to say?
I have a question. I have a really good friend that I talk to every day. We always talk about relationships. That's just a hot topic for us. And he tells me that every man will cheat. And I disagree with that. I really do believe that there are some good men out here that love their women and won't cheat. Will every man cheat?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. What you mean?
Basically, I wrote a song one time, and in one of the verses it says, we don't need a reason to cheat. We need a reason not to. Just because of the obvious is not good enough. It's just too many women out here. A man is as honest as his options, and unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
Oh, okay, let me say this. I know I'm a good woman, and I treat my man very well. I feel that he don't want for anything. Why would he cheat on me?
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When you talk about I'm a good woman, I hear a lot of women say they're good women.
Okay.
But how do you measure whether you're a good woman, and how are you coming up with your stats of saying that I'm a good woman?
Okay.
You know.
Well, what I can say is when we met, you sit down, you talk, you have a conversation about, okay, what are you doing with your life? we had that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I have goals. I brought things to the table. I still bring things to the table.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that I can meet him
Mm-hmm.
with what he's looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that I'm doing everything that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Not going overboard, but it's natural for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have this friend telling me that every man would cheat. I just disagree with that.
Well, I'm like Matthew. It's a potential. However, I also agree with you because I think that's an insult to say that every man cheats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because once you find what you want, and that's what it is, you're not cheating.
Right.
Because once again, it's what you bring to the table also.
Right.
So every man does not cheat. The potential is definitely there. But once again, that goes back into what we were saying before. Is how do you transition yourself within when something is going wrong in a relationship, when things are going right in a relationship? How do you actually become that chameleon and take that focused energy and say, okay, this is what's going on, But then guess what? You have men out there that will do it. You have men that will cheat.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And there's nothing that you can do to alter that.
Right.
I gotta add something to this. I really do believe that what you're saying, I don't believe that all men cheat. But I think that depending on the kind of woman you are, I think that if a man has the kind of woman that he feels that, oh, she just loves my dirty draws, no matter what I do. And we all know women like that no matter what the man does, they're going to take him back. But then you have women like me or like certain women. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think if a man knows what the boundaries are, that has a lot to do with it. I don't care what anybody says. I think if you know that you got the kind of woman that if I get caught cheating, she's walking away.
Right.
Now, if they know that up front, cheat if you will. So I think that has to. So I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, I think
boundaries are
boundaries.
Those
Yeah.
parameters being set is real.
Yeah, that's real.
And I don't think they're set enough.
Yeah, and
to
I
keep
mean,
it real.
because we all know, I know plenty of men that are cheating on their wives, and their wives know it. But they know that a lot of women feel like they can't be alone. They just got to have a man. So when you got that kind of woman, then a lot of men can do it. Like I said,
Can I say
boundaries.
something?
Yeah, please do.
I don't want to get in trouble, and I'm talking to everybody here.
And when you finish, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, the guys go out and they the guys get together every Monday. We go play pool. That's an activity. We go play basketball. That's a simple activity. And I really feel that when a man cheats on his wife, I think in his mind it's almost like an activity, opposed to cheating on his wife. You feel what I'm saying? And I might get, bad feedback on that, but, once again, this is you keeping it real. You said real talk.
Real talk.
I'm just going to let it out there. I don't think that a man feels he's cheating on his wife. I feel he is an activity that leads him out there, and he comes back home. He's a good provider, takes care of the kids, loves his wife, all of that good stuff. A woman might say, well, he can't love me if he's cheating on me. And I beg to differ because I think he can, but at the same time, he might not. Love might not be the way it needs to be for him not to cheat.
No.
But I just look at some.
Well, I'm not willing to share. Okay.
I
That's all
feel
I
you.
can tell you.
I feel you.
I'm a very selfish woman. Let's put it out there on the table. I'm not sharing.
I hear you.
Okay. I have a question. A second ago, you made a comment. This is for Pacino. Is
Yes,
that right?
ma'am.
Okay. You made a comment. You said you feel that your woman should tune into your radio station or your frequency. I feel my man should tune into me. You said if your woman tunes into what you're saying in your radio station, everything would be okay. I disagree with that. I feel that a man.
That was just bad. Now, I'm saying I need to tune into yours also.
Right.
What he was talking about is when he asked, what's wrong? What's wrong? And he has to chase her to find out what's wrong with my woman. That's what I'm saying. We need to tune into each other.
Okay,
the radio
okay.
antennas need to go up because it's you and me, right?
Okay, okay.
We're in a relationship together, so I need to do as much as tuning in as you.
Okay.
This is a as we talked about earlier, you have a pie. We learned this in school. You have 100% of a pie, another 100% of a pie.
Right.
If half your pie is eaten, you can't come to a relationship and think it's going to be even because you're coming with 50% of a whole.
I
He's
agree.
coming with 100%.
Right.
So that's why we got to bring a whole. We got to make sure we're right first.
Right.
And then we have to ask. This is, in our game, we ask. Go ask 5 of your friends how they see you. Ask 10 of your family members, how do they see you? And you'll start getting answers back on how people look at you. And then you start maybe putting some things together and say, okay, well, maybe a man sees me the way they see me, which
Right.
might be something negative.
Okay.